It's Thursday, and it is time for the show of all shows, of all movies and television and pop culture. That's what I'm saying. So we've got a couple big articles to lead with today, one of which I know you want to talk about.
Mr. Weird Al.
I've heard about this.
Mr. Weird Al.
Growing strong on his last album.
Yankovic. So we've already mentioned, we congratulated him about being #1, because you don't, debuting #1, that's amazing.
On the last album.
I mean, there is a petition on the interwebs right now, and this has to be, stop what you're doing.
I want it to happen.
Go to change.org, sign the petition to get Weird Al Yankovic to play
at those motherfudging Super Bowl halftime show. Because I honestly think that would be the most attended and viewed halftime show.
And I'm going to tell you why it'll be the best halftime show ever.
Because he has great shows.
And he will bring guest celebrity singers on.
That's what I'm talking about.
You won't just see him doing Thrift Shop.
No.
He'll do it with
Macklemore. Yeah.
Or Macklemore, sorry. Macklemore.
Macklemore?
I was like crochet.
That's
sorry. You'll see him do, Miley Cyrus with Miley Cyrus.
Probably.
You'll see him do whoever with whoever, because they will all want to do that. The only thing you won't see him do is Gangsta's Paradise with Coolio, because he's still
upset about that. Yeah.
Like,
but to be fair, if you look at who's more famous these days, last time I checked, Coolio's hanging out at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
Wow. How far did you drop in your career? So
moral of that story: don't snub Weird Al.
Yeah, seriously. I want to go ahead. We saw a movie yesterday.
So small movie.
I don't know if you guys have heard about it.
It's based on a movie that was based on a comic book series.
That was based on a TV show. It was based on.
It's based on like 1,000 different things.
So let's talk about the movie the entire everybody is super butthurt about, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You know what? I went and we talked about this yesterday. We were trying to decide, because he went in with meh expectations. I actually went in with low expectations. I love this movie.
I'm going to see it again.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll see it again.
I will. But I will see it in theaters again. I love it.
And the internet already knows how much I'm not a huge fan of Megan Fox.
But are we going to talk about how smart she was and what you said in the theater?
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm sitting in the theater minding my own business, and I'm drinking my soda area, eating my popcorns, and I hear from the right of me, "That ass though," and I was just like, and I heard it, and I knew immediately whose voice it was, and I like leaned over to look at Steven, and I was like, "I know," but he said it out, and
I did not know I said that out loud. It literally, that was an internal monologue moment that went external.
I hate to admit it, but Megan Fox is hot again, and she actually did a pretty good job in the movie.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. I mean, I'm not a big fan of hers, but I liked her as April O'Neil. And I actually liked specifically how they developed April O'Neil for this movie. Mm-hmm. She was not an established reporter.
Nope.
Which I love. I love that, because you immediately...
She had no credibility in this movie.
None. And at first I thought, well, that's probably good because Megan Fox doesn't have credibility. But the truth is...
It was legit.
Yeah, it was legit. She did a very good job. Tell you who I'm a fan of his anyway, and his name just literally escaped me.
Who? What is it? Are you talking about Job? Now you killed it. You killed it for me.
Totally
Who plays the other reporter? He plays the cameraman. He's in Arrested Development. He plays Michael's brother. He is... Oh, this is killing me. He plays Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. I was going to say he's Amy Poehler's husband.
They broke up. They're divorced 2 years.
Yeah, well.
So, there's that. I love to crush dreams.
But
Will Arnett did a great job.
He did a great job, too.
I want to talk about no actor. I want to talk about what made the movie for me, and that was the amazing animation jobs.
So, seriously, when it comes to CGI, I don't know how much time they spent, how much money they spent on rendering engines, but it was worth whatever that price tag was.
Splinter looks great. The Turtles look great. Freaking Shredder looked crazy
when
scary.
I saw the pictures of Shredder originally, I was kind of mad. He looked like a Transformer. I was not excited to see him, but when they bring that outfit out before he puts it on, and you just kind of get that silhouette, it's like, oh. And then he puts it on,
and it's like mech-powered goodness,
and he starts shooting blades and stuff. I'm like, oh my god. Yes.
It was awesome.
It was very good.
I love the characterizations of the Turtles. There was only one thing I had a problem with, and it wasn't a full-on problem.
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville, when he introduces himself first as Leonardo, I feel...
He's full-on Johnny Knoxville at that point.
He is full-on hardcore Southern
Dukes of Hazzard
Southern
Johnny
twang
Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville. Yeah. And I was like, when did Leonardo become
right.
one of the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
And it's fine throughout the rest of the movie.
And you're right. You said the other day that
they should have gone back and re-recorded that line.
I agree, because it was
twangy as all hell, and we live in the South, so I know.
He did do a good job.
He did a pretty good job.
My only turtle complaint is Donatello.
Really? I thought Donatello was perfect.
My specific complaint is why they had to make the extra nerdy glasses thing. Like that.
Actually, he had those in the comic, or not the comic book. He had those in the show.
You're right.
He did have those in the show,
but,
and I think it was a props to. And I really just liked it because he could switch through them all.
Right.
And he
he
also had
goggles
the
were
goggles.
badass. The goggles, no,
But he had the AR vision for doing all the freaking
But I'm talking about the old
stuff.
taped up nerdy. I mean,
well, because he lives in the sewer, man. He's working with what he's got.
But at the beginning, I don't want to talk about it because I'll ruin it. There were just so many.
There were a lot of inside jokes. It was really the dialogue is good for me.
Great throwbacks to the comic books in a couple spots.
And
great throwbacks to the original show
yes.
that was after the comic books.
I will tell you, however, don't go in expecting a great plot.
Oh no,
there are plot holes everywhere.
Yeah, there's plot holes all over the place.
But and there were only like 2 explosions. I was surprised.
Yes, there were not a lot of Michael Bayisms. No one getting out of cars at weird angles.
And I gotta say this. People forget Michael Bay didn't direct this movie. Yeah. He produced it, and technically he didn't have after the basic story plot stuff was written, he didn't have much to do with the movie.
Which is great, by the way.
So yeah, he just put his name on it because, I mean, it looks good to put your name on stuff like that.
And this is a good movie.
I want to tell you people out there, though, people who talk about they talk about it and they're like, and they haven't even seen it. I'm going to need you to take your rose-tinted glasses off.
We have a viewer, Cody, who he coined it, I think, perfectly this week. It's not precisely as it was when I was a child.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, go in there. You want a reboot, or do you want the same thing you got when you were a kid? Because the same thing you got when you were a kid ain't gonna sell now.
No, it's gonna be terrible. And you want proof of that? The same thing that you were a kid was the Vanilla Ice movie, by the way. Just FYI. That was as true to the cartoon as you could be, and those were terrible-ass movies.
I love those movies, don't get me wrong, but they don't hold up very well.
I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said they're terrible.
Yeah, they don't hold up very well.
So, you don't want that.
So, I want to ask the viewers a question.
Uh-oh.
And that question is this weekend, we've got a big opening situation going down. We've got 2 movies that are probably going to be the movies that people are going to go see this weekend. Mm-hmm. So, I want to say, what are you watching this weekend? I want you guys to let me know. There's 2 movies that are coming out. We've got Expendables 3 on one side, which who knows if half the internet's already seen it already, and that might actually hurt their numbers, or it might be great for their numbers because a lot of those people will want to see it on a big screen.
That's true.
The RPX experience, I know you are a huge fan of it for sound and picture quality.
Yep.
And then you have Let's Be Cops, which for me is one of the first original comedies I've seen to come out of Hollywood in a hot minute, and it's written by the writers, a good writer team of The New Girl.
I'm worried about that movie.
With Dame Wayans Jr. and Jared, the guy who plays Nick in The New Girl.
I'm worried about that movie.
I'm not. And what are you going to see this weekend?
I don't know, because it's either going to be The Expendables or maybe nothing.
I'm going to see Let's Be Cops.
Well, I say that because I would have said The Giver, but by the time you guys watch this show, I'll have already seen it, because I'm doing the Hollywood red carpet premiere technically Monday night.
He says that like he's going to be in Hollywood red carpet premiere.
No, I'm
he's going to be sitting in a theater watching the Hollywood red carpet premiere.
Yeah. I'm not that special.
Yeah. We're not that cool yet.
Getting there.
Soon. So I think if you look at the choices, Let's Be Cops isn't going to make a lot of money this weekend, but who knows? That whole situation where the Expendables leaked could really hurt their bottom line.
It'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting. That can't be the only thing coming out this weekend.
That's pretty much the 2 big highlight movies coming out this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. You can Fandango it if you want to.
That's what I was. Yeah, you knew what I was gonna. You knew exactly what I was gonna do.
While he's doing that, I mean, we can talk about the Galaxy Quest situation if you want to.
Yes.
So Galaxy Quest is looking down the barrel of a sequel, and that's because everybody wants it. Viewers, fans, including the actors, all of them, and the director want to make another Galaxy Quest, and I think right now is the perfect time if you look at what's popular.
Because it's amazing. It was hilarious. It was awesome. It was the perfect amount of cheese. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally.
With great parody.
There's a fine line between cheese and parody when it goes too far, and they Shatnered the hell out of that movie. I'm just saying.
It was awesome, and you can go back and watch it. The jokes still hold up to this day. They're still funny.
Absolutely.
And Tim Allen, probably one of his best roles in my opinion. It was great. What else you got for me? Because you're going to say The Giver?
No.
Because The Giver's coming out too, but everybody knows The Giver's coming out.
Wow, it really is just those three.
Yes. I know my movies.
I honestly
know
thought
my
there was
movie
something
releases.
I was forgetting that was coming out.
No. But yeah, everybody wants a Galaxy Quest sequel, and I am pro Galaxy Quest
I'm all for it. Plus, I wouldn't mind seeing Sigourney Weaver again.
I know, right? Speaking of sequels, you have some sequel information, don't you?
I have some small sequel information. So there's this small Disney movie that came out last year.
I've never heard of this movie.
And I know it didn't get a lot of reviews,
Nobody
not a
really
lot of
saw
attention, but
Sad.
you know, let it go, man. Let it go. No. Frozen 2 is coming. But what's really interesting about Frozen 2...
Not a movie.
Well, there is going to be a Frozen 2 movie.
Not yet a movie.
Eventually. The bigger news is... So we already have a sing-along thing that they've done. They're doing a Broadway show.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do at least 3 books that we know of.
They're making their own new fairy tale out of existing fairy tales, and children will buy that.
They are gonna... Like, Frozen is going to explode in pretty much every facet of media for the next probably 3 to 4 years.
It's the next Lion King.
If you guys were sick of Let It Go already...
I'm sick of it.
Well, I'm very sorry because
I'm not going to get away from it anytime soon.
You're not, because you hit it on the head. This is the next Lion King. There's a couple of reasons it's the next Lion King.
Well, it's got a great soundtrack. It's great for all kids of all ages, including adults who are kids.
It is a story about... like Brave was, where the girl didn't need a guy to come rescue her. And that is resonating. That kind of stories...
I'd like to finish hair sandwiches, if you know what I'm talking about.
But those kinds of stories are resonating more and more and more with even younger generations and parents with kids who want to teach them, that, you know. So, it looks
Save yourself,
good.
princesses. That's what we're telling you.
Save yourselves. So, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Tons and tons and tons of Frozen.
So, we talked about something before the show that I didn't know about was a thing. And I said, you know what? Don't tell me anything about it because I want to film the actual legit reaction. So I have a love affair with a show that was once popular in the late 80s, early 90s, etc.
I literally, when I say I grew up with the show, when they were in 7th grade, I was in 7th grade. Like,
now, I found a lot of these in syndication, although I did watch the college years. This is a show called Saved by the Bell.
Terrible, by the way.
It was horrible, but I still watched it. Saved by the Bell. Love this show. If you haven't ever seen this show, go check it out.
Don't watch the new class.
Yeah,
please.
try not to.
If you can skip the college years, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'd be all right skipping the college years.
But if you're a fan of White Collar and you like Peter Burke's wife, that's Tiffany Thiessen. She was Kelly Lebowski. If you...
Kelly Kapowski.
Kapowski? I said Lebowski.
Yes,
Sorry,
you
I got
did.
a little dude stuck in my head from an earlier conversation.
And my favorite, Mark Paul Gosselaar, was the man of all men.
Speaking of Mark Paul Gosselaar, this week...
They're coming back out with a new...
returns, Franklin and
Bash.
I completely just slipped my mind.
Law and Broder.
Broder. Law and Broder.
That's such a good show, though. It's such a
great show.
Apparently, Lifetime is making a movie out of this.
So
and I don't know anything about it. I want him to. I want to hear it.
Lifetime Movies, who makes some of the worst movies on the internet and the media of everything.
Lifetime, new movie about a woman whose baby has been stolen. Her husband beats her, and he buried her alive.
Although, speaking of bad movies, you know Sharknado's getting a Fathom event?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to have to go to that.
Not even shocked about that.
I have to go to that.
So
but anyway,
Saved by the Bell.
Lifetime Movies has decided that they're going to do a completely, and it is, look.
Absolutely unauthorized.
Unauthorized biopic pooper. I don't have any, this looks terrible. I'm going to watch it because it's like a train wreck. But basically.
Don't be screwing with the shows that I love.
This is going to ruin your childhood.
And apparently it's loosely based, I think you told me, it's loosely based on Dustin Diamond's tell-all novel.
Dustin Diamond, a tell-all novel, because Dustin Diamond...
Go away, Screech. No one likes you anymore.
He keeps coming out with things, pornos, books, whatever he can to
celebrity
make,
boxing.
Celebrity boxing. Well, that was bad. He got his butt beat
down
by
that
Peter Brady.
That was a great night.
That was a good night. Or no, not Peter Brady. It was Danny Bonaducci.
It was Danny Bonaducci, I
Danny
believe.
Bonaducci. But anyway, so the biggest rumor was that it was completely based on that. Lifetime's come out and said no, this is not based on Dustin's book, but it is, however, based on interviews, behind the scenes information that they know from both cast interviews and from.
That's a nice way to say we're just making this crap up on the fly because there's no way you can prove that this did or did not happen.
Right. It will ruin your childhood. Basically, the movie is going to be about all of the girl-on-girl hate for the love of Mark Paul Gosselaar, because apparently Lark Voorhees, is that her name? That played Lisa Turtle, and Tiffany Amber Thiessen were both kind of in love with Mark Paul Gosselaar. That's the rumor. I don't know how true that is. This is all third-hand information.
Yeah.
But that's what you're going to see. You're going to see AC Slater basically pumping iron every 5 minutes because he's a narcissist.
Yep.
You're going to see Screech, who...
Just being a jerk to everybody.
Well, so here's the problem with Screech. At the time, Screech wasn't a jerk. What a lot of people don't realize is how much younger Screech was than the rest of the
Everybody
cast.
else.
Like
yeah.
6 years younger or some crazy number, right? So the problem with that is...
He grew up having everything handed to him. And
Right.
he had Steve Urkel syndrome, except without Steve Urkel syndrome.
Right.
Because if you ask me, who's been on every iteration of Saved by the Bell?
It's
Every
Screech.
single one? It's Dustin
Because
Diamond.
even Mr. Belding stopped after a while.
Yep.
He was on quite a few, too. And I
Yes,
love
he
Dennis.
was.
Dennis Haskell?
Yeah, I think
right?
that's his name, yeah.
So, anyway, it's going to ruin your childhood. I mean, so the thing they did with Screech, instead of showing him from that, it looked like in the cast he's the same age in this unauthorized. They don't look like they didn't make him as much younger as he should have been.
Yeah, but he was super young when that show
He's
started.
super young, and he is a super, he's an idiot in this. He is an absolute idiot. If you watch the trailer, you see AC Slater, little Mario Lopez pumping iron, right? And Screech gets down to do push-ups beside him to try to keep up. Of course, he can't. And Mark Paul gets him up and pulls him away and calls him a jerk. And
I'm going to check it out because I love to hate things. Because I'm a total...
You're going to love to hate
friggin-
the hell out of
Yeah,
this. I don't have a release date because I didn't get that far yet. But
So that's happening. And that's really all I got for pop culture this week. That's all I got. I'm wrapping it up.
That sounds like a good
Wrap
plan.
it up.
That means we got one more episode this week.
It's everybody's favorite episode. The Friday
It is.
episode. The best of.
The best of. And this is another viewer recommended list.
We ain't got to do any work.
I love it when we don't have to work. And we're going to read his list too. So Kenneth Vaughn has given us a little bit of
leeway. And he's giving
Anti-hero.
us, yeah, we're doing the anti-hero list. And
So
I
who's your
think you
favorite
guys are going to
anti-hero?
have some fun with this one. We're going to
I
have some
think
good
you will
lists.
too.
And we'll tell you guys a little bit more about what an anti-hero is.
Yep.
And it's going to be anti-heroes on a pop culture, TV, movies, and comic books.
Whatever you want. So tomorrow. And in the meantime, like us on Facebook.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Call us at 480.
Stupid 9. We'll see you tomorrow.